Hello everyone. I recall as a young boy in the 1960s seeing a large bus filled with relatives from Berbice arriving at our home in the city of Georgetown. These relatives were making a short stop at our house before continuing on their journey to take one of our relatives to the airport. As I watched these relatives get off the bus, I saw many of them carrying baskets of rice, fruits and vegetables, which they brought as gifts. While looking at them, I recognized one of my aunts from Berbice, and as a show of respect, I politely said, "Hi, Auntie." But upon hearing my voice, she turned and said, "Oh, me mama bai, you know me to a T, come let me hice you." With her telling me that I knew her well, and her wanting to lift me up with affection, I honestly felt that she liked me. Looking at these relatives from Berbice who were related to my father, I must say that their way of greeting people was not only the shaking of hands, but they also kissed and hugged my parents and grandparents tightly with affection. Amid it all, I could not keep my eyes off of the colorful dresses that most of the women wore and the shiny jewelry on their hands. One thing that I clearly remembered was that almost all the elderly women from Berbice wore a headscarf, as well as a nose ring and several bracelets on their hands. I also noticed that a couple of them even had tattoos on their forearms. About 30 minutes later, I was surprised when my parents told me to hurry and get dressed, as they were going to take me to the airport to bid farewell to my uncle who was leaving for England. I must say that it was common in the 1960s to see carloads of people going to the airport to say goodbye to those who were leaving Guyana. Arriving at the airport, I was in awe to see how neatly dressed those who were going abroad looked. What touched me the most was to see some of the women from Berbice tearfully saying goodbye to my uncle who was leaving. Amid all the hugs and kisses, I recall one of the elderly women saying to my uncle, "Eh bye, not forget your grip." In short, she was reminding my uncle not to forget his suitcase. To show how closely knitted some families were in Guyana, I recall when my grandfather got the first letter from our relative who had gone to the UK, everyone was so happy to hear what the relative abroad had to say that they all gathered around to hear him read the letter. In closing, I would like to say that the people I met from Berbice in the 1960s will always be remembered for their warm hugs, their warm kisses, their warm smiles, and their heartwarming generosity. For whenever they came to the city of Georgetown to visit relatives, they always bring something for you to eat. Well, if you would like to see more of my videos on a wide range of topics, please hit the subscribe button or click on the link in the description.